Welcome to this introduction to AWS Elastic Beanstalk. My name is Wilson Santana and I am an EMEA technical trainer for Amazon Web Services. In this video, we are going to have a quick introduction to the AWS Elastic Beanstalk service. We are also going to be discussing the components of the solution, and we are going to have a demonstration of the product and its benefits and features. Let's think that you are a developer of a web service. You may not be actually worried about developing the servers, developing the whole administration of your system, and actually administering everything behind the actual development of your service. So, you are probably wondering, how can I quickly get my application into the cloud? How can I quickly have the whole environment ready so I can start developing my system? The answer to that is AWS Elastic Beanstalk. But how AWS Elastic Beanstalk actually works? Which are the benefits and features of the system? It's a platform as a service, and being a platform as a service, it means that you have the whole infrastructure and the whole platform created to you, so you can simply put your code over the system as required. Also, it allows a quick deployment of your applications. Any code that you have previously written on some specific languages can be simply placed over the platform that you have. Also, it reduces the management complexity. You don't need to worry about managing the whole system. But if you wish, you can have full control over that. The control over the system that has been developed to you allows you to choose your instance type, or according to your needs, choose the database that's better to your needs. Also, it allows you to set and adjust auto-scaling according to your needs. Besides, it allows you to update your application, access server log files, and enables HTTPS on load balancer according to the needs of your application. It also supports a large range of platforms. It goes from Packer Builder to single container, multi-container, or pre-configured Docker. It supports Go, Java with Tomcat or SE, .NET on Windows, Node.js, PHP, Python, Ruby. So depending on your skills on the idea of developing your web service, you can simply write your code and use Beanstalk to deploy your environment as you need. Elastic Beanstalk is going to provide you all the application service level, the HTTP service, operational system, language interpret, and the host. The only need that you have then is create your code, deploy it, prepare it according to the needs of your service, and then you're simply going to use the application as you need. With that, you're going to have something really easily implemented. Also, the steps to deploy and update your service are based only on the creation of your application. After that, you upload the version to Beanstalk that then launches all needed environment in the cloud according to the needs of your application. After that, you can manage your environment, and if you need to write a new version, you just update the version. And deploying that, you can manage that. With this cycle, it becomes really easy to update your application as easily as you deploy it. Let's go now for the product demonstration, where the features and benefits from Elastic Beanstalk are going to be then demonstrated. Let's consider a real case scenario where you have created your web service and you have written this service, for example, in Python. And all your code is here. It's a real simple code where you have your application properly zipped. What you need to do now, how can I actually have the environment and make it available worldwide to have my web service properly presented to everyone around the world? With Beanstalk, this is something extremely straightforward. The only thing that you need to do is actually start the service. Then we go to our dashboard and look for Elastic Beanstalk. There, what we need to do is create a new application We just enter then our application name. In our case, let's enter the name Beanstalk Demo and a simple description. This is a demo. The only thing that you need to do right now is create the environment for the application. What do I need to do now? Create one now. This is a web server environment. If I need to run a work application processing long-running workloads on demand or tasks in schedule, I could move to working environment. But in this situation, the only thing that I have created is a simple web server environment. I go here and select web server environment. And I enter then some extra data according to my needs. I'm going to enter here any domain that I would like to create manually, but I can leave it blank for auto-generated value. That's what we're going to do. A description. This is a demo. And here we have some options. We have some pre-configured platforms with the language that we have already mentioned as support. In this case, we are going to select Python because my application has been written in Python. We also have the options here of running a sample application. So if you want to use your account right now, even without an application, to play with Beanstalk, it's quite straightforward. Just open Beanstalk and run a sample application. In this case, we have a code that has been written in Python. So I'm going to upload your code, and then I'm going to upload that. I'm just going to choose the file that's a local file that I have. But if I have this file available in an URL, I can simply select a public S3 URL here. Choose the file. Here is my file in zip format. And I then upload the file. If I want to modify any default configurations, I can simply go to Configure More Options. In this area here, I am allowed to choose between the low cost, which are the free tier defaults, or I can go for high availability or custom configuration. In our example, we are going to keep all of this at the defaults, but in this example here, you can see how flexible it can be after you create your defaults. Let's just create our environment. What the system is doing right now is creating the whole environment, all the instances which are required, all the networking environment. If your application requires a database, if your application requires something extra to be deployed in high availability, all the steps are going to be then performed and displayed here in this log. This is something that can take about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the size of your application, sometimes even more. To speed up that, I have already created an environment with the exact same code that you can use, and this is what you're going to see when everything is ready. When everything is ready, you're going to have a dashboard like this showing what you have created and allowing you to upload and deploy new versions. But most important, you're going to have this URL. This URL is the URL that has been created to your application, so anyone can access that anywhere. Clicking on that, you're going to see that your code has been deployed and has been created according to your needs. Besides that, all this control here can also be performed using command line interface and scripts. With that, it's clear that the environment that has been created is supplying my needs according to the code, and you don't need to actually worry about the architecture of the system beforehand. So it makes it really easy for your developer to go create the code and make it available in a real scenario.